Regardless of how long you've been in business, productizing your services comes with a plethora of benefits. The productizing process can be life-changing. However, answering the question of how to productize a service isn't as simple as it looks. There are multiple elements at play, and I'm going to be walking you through each and everything that you need to know. The general idea of productizing is to package your services into products that can be easily sold as monthly or one-time services. Clients see the immediate value that they're getting, and the service can be largely automated. Typical service businesses often don't work in a product-first mindset. They like to hop on a call, discuss the client's needs, send a proposal, and then work off a retainer fee based on those custom services. The problem with this strategy is that there isn't much room for automation, and you rarely get to make your pricing public. Instead, the pricing is developed based on the client's needs. There are a few questions that many agency owners have asked me in the past, so let me answer the most frequently asked questions on how to productize your service. Many agencies start off with a clear service offering but begin to expand as years pass. What was once a content writing agency suddenly turned into a full-service marketing agency offering anything from content writing to backlink outreach. The productized business model might work for the entire agency but not without major changes. Here are a few things to look at. Who are the biggest clients and what's the workflow with them? Are the clients open to change or do they prefer the old school methods? And which services have the highest success rate of being productized? In theory, it's easy to get clients to use a client portal, log into it, send requests, and stop using emails for all communications. However, not all clients like change. Some are going to be open to it while others might be stuck in their old ways. It's up to you to figure out how to convince them that this change is better for everyone involved. But why disrupt an entire agency when you can change it slowly? Take a look at your service model and ask yourself, which services can I easily productize? Ideally, you should turn one-time services into subscription services to benefit from recurring revenue and predictable income. If you're a consultant, you might be more interested in productizing your knowledge rather than delivering services. There are many ways that you can share your knowledge with minimal input. You can, for example, write a book, start a newsletter, or create a course. All three are going to need a bit of upfront work, but once that's done, the automation kicks in and starts to run its course. You only need to update your course every now and then and write a monthly email newsletter. Now, here are a few more active ways to productize your knowledge. You can offer one-on-one coaching. Productize consulting should be your most expensive service as you give clients direct access to pick your brain. You can also host live events. Demonstrate thought leadership in this environment by making it a closed event with an entrance fee. And finally, you can offer group coaching. This is the same idea as the one-on-one coaching with the difference that multiple clients will attend. Depending on your knowledge and niche, there might be more opportunities to productize it. For instance, some thought leaders have a membership to get access to their knowledge. This could as well be combined with a course. We'll go into a bit more detail later on, but in general, to create a productized service, you're going to need to find the demand, know who your ideal customers are and what they're looking for. Then, you're going to package your services into a price that makes it a great deal for them. Productization, however, is not a recipe for overnight success. It's a framework that needs to be tested. Especially if you're an established agency that wants to switch over to the productized model. You'll notice that some existing clients might not be thrilled about this. They might think, why change something that works in their opinion? So, what do? Do you let them send you random emails and enjoy the retainer model, or do you convince them to switch over to the productized model with a client portal? You take it slow, and you test your setup with an adventurous client first, adjust your flow, and make sure it works perfectly before onboarding other clients. Or, you can spin off a part of your business into a productized version that doesn't serve legacy clients at all. Now, let's hop into the next topic of how to productize a service step by step. A focused niche allows your brand to shine because you can become an industry expert. What could be better than knowing that you're the expert for one-time speed optimization services? It makes it easier to find potential clients as you know how to speak to them, and it's easier to bundle your services, set your prices, and sell them. That being said, not everyone is running an established agency. Some are starting fresh, so you might have to do a bit of market research to find potential customers. If you don't already know what could help your clients, then some research is necessary. Find out what they fear, what they want, and what could help them gain that edge when it comes to their competitors. With the data collected, you can create ideal customer profiles. Then, take a look at your past invoices, identify missed opportunities, and eliminate services that nobody seems to be going crazy for. As a service business owner, it's essential to provide value to your customers, and you can't provide real value without knowing their needs. Your service offering should essentially be a packaged solution to those needs. Earlier, I mentioned that you may need to do a little bit of market research. The pitfall that many product as service providers fall into is this. They see a cool idea that a competitor is providing, and they try to copy it. Why would a potential client buy your service over an established one? Maybe you're cheaper, but competing on price is a race to the bottom, so instead, set yourself apart with unique attributes. For instance, let's say your service is to create insurance websites. While that is an interesting niche because you already set yourself apart from regular designers, why should anyone hire you? Leverage your client testimonials and data and show prospects that your customers have increased their conversions by X%. Another example is someone selling services for book covers. There are plenty of book cover experts out there, however, only a few of them have worked with best-selling authors. How long has each of your services been offered? How do your current services contribute towards your success? Are any of your services lacking sales? And what makes these services different from your more successful services? Build off of these metrics to offer productized versions of services that are already successful. You can also revise unsuccessful services to provide a productized version of it that solve a specific problem. It's also important to trim excess services that you're offering. If a service isn't in demand, there's no point distracting the clients from the services that they actually need. Scan your support inbox for reasons that clients stop using your services, any objections that they've had, and any problems that they've experienced. You may find shortcomings in your services or the way that they were delivered. For example, if you notice customers asking for progress updates, consider implementing a self-service portal where clients can log in and see the status of their orders in real time. Who are your favorite customers? The ones who provide a good chunk of revenue while also require minimal hand-holding. I'm sure you have a few of these clients. Reach out and find out what attracted them to your agency in the first place and gather insights on bringing in more people like them. Not everyone in your space is a direct competitor to you. You learn a lot about business and your customers just by talking to them about other service providers they use. It could be through industry forums, Slack groups, or in-person events. By openly sharing ideas and helping others solve their problems, you'll expose yourself to more opportunities, collaborations, and joint ventures in the future. Last but not least, when everything is set up, run tests. A lot of them. Invite a client into your portal and ask them to purchase services, go through the order flow, and give you feedback. With that feedback in hand, go back to the drawing board until the entire process is easy for both existing clients and new prospects. Then, launch your productized service officially, promote it via content marketing, social media, and affiliates. Enough with the theory. Let's take a look at how you can put your service idea into an actual product that you can sell. And what better tool to use than SPP? While the switch to offering productized services might seem complicated, Service Provider Pro takes the hard work out of the equation. You don't need an e-commerce build-out or a web developer. You can put your productization plan right into practice and integrate SPP with your website. In SPP, you can sell two types of services, one-time services and recurring subscription services. You can even create variations so you don't have to duplicate services. For instance, if you want to sell blog post writing, the variants can be different content length. For some services, it also makes sense to set up intake forms. Instead of asking project-related questions upfront during checkout, your clients can fill out these forms later. Regardless of the fact that you're offering monthly plans or one-time services, you can set up order forms that are perfect for every service offering. These order forms have been designed to increase conversions. They extend beautifully on every device, filling the screen while remaining responsive. Build your order form the way you want it to be with our white label form builder. Make it super complex with form rules and multiple options, or just keep it simple. You decide if you want to keep the checkout process simple to increase conversions and then later upsell the client once they've logged into the portal. Once your order forms are set up, link them up with the pricing page on your website and keep an eye on your conversions. If you're just getting started, you can keep your productized service software setup minimal with just services and order forms. However, there's a lot of automation potential from adding a client to an email list to customizing the client experience via templates. Check out SPP through the link in the description down below, and thank you for watching.